Good afternoon, YouTube. Today I'm making this video in response to this wonderful clip that Ezra LEVANT put out, essentially criticizing Trudeau. Enjoy. I'll make my comments during and after.
The thing about bullies stealing your lunch money is that you have to do it every day or they punch you again. That's that Dane Guild thing. So take a look at this. Canada should end travesty of WHO bashing campaign. This is in Global Times. Editor's note, Canada recently joined a chorus initiated by the US questioning the WHO's role in the global response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Canadian House of Commons Health Committee on Thursday decided to issue a formal summons to Bruce Aylward, one of the WHO's Canadian senior advisors, to testify on the group's contested response to COVID-19. The move comes after U.S. Senator Todd Young sent a letter to WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus to express deep skepticism about the WHO's guidance and COVID-19 and concern of China's influence in the organization. What do the summons issued by Canadian MPs mean? Two experts shared their insights with the Global Times. Okay, so just to remind you what they're talking about here, Bruce Aylward is this man, the disgraced Canadian doctor who put his political loyalty to Communist China above his loyalty to public health. Remember this weirdness?
Would the WHO consider Taiwan's membership? Hello?
I couldn't hear your question.
Oh, yeah, let me repeat the question.
No, that's okay. Let's move to another one then.
Right, because I'm actually curious on talking about Taiwan as well, on Taiwan's case.
Pardon my language.
We decided to give Dr. Aylward another call to follow up.
And I just want to see if you can comment a bit on how Taiwan has done so far in terms of containing the virus.
Well, we've already talked about China, and when you look across all the different areas of China, they've actually all done quite a good job.
Taiwan is
so
a
with that, I'd
sovereign
like to
country.
thank you very much for inviting us to participate, and good luck as you go forward with the battle in Hong Kong.
That's
Oh my
beautiful.
God, what a little sellout.
Yeah.
He'd rather disparage Taiwan or even deny its existence, not even say the word Taiwan, than talk about the most successful country that fought the virus and
Exactly.
upset his communist masters. Taiwan is the role model.
Yeah.
It's so pitiful that he hung up like that. So Canada's parliament wants to hear from this guy, and he has repeatedly refused to attend an invitation, so they have summoned him. That's how parliaments in free countries work. But let me read a bit from Chinese Communist mouthpiece. It's just gorgeous. And I bet it really
Before he gets into it, like it's not pitiful. It's disgraceful. It's the perfect example of WHO corruption, because one of their representatives don't even want to acknowledge the existence of of Taiwan. And as Ezra said, that the Taiwanese have handled it extremely well and have come out on top, in my opinion.
Justin Trudeau's feelings? This is from, let me quote, Shen Yi, Director, Fudan University's Research Center for Cyberspace Governance. I don't know what that means, but like I say, this is an official Communist Party organ, this website, so this expresses Beijing's view. Canada is again becoming an accomplice in the U.S. buck-passing campaign and scapegoating either WHO or China for its flawed handling of the epidemic to cover up its systematic loopholes. By exerting pressure on high-level medical expert Bruce Aylward, some Canadian politicians fawned on the U.S. by expressing their dissatisfaction with the WHO and expressed doubts about China's dealing of the epidemic in the earlier stages. Yeah, I think it was in a unanimous vote by that parliamentary committee to summon that little weasel, Aylward. So Trudeau's Liberals, the China simps, they actually all agreed. The Socialist NDP agreed. The even more Socialist Bloc and the Conservatives, hardly a pro-Trump outfit, to be frank. Pretty sure it wasn't pro-U.S. fawning. It was the disgust of every party at the misconduct of Bruce Aylward. But let's continue reading. Like the U.S., Canada acts like a country with a self-centered giant baby mentality who refuses to accept the fact which it is unwilling to believe. The coronavirus had struck a blow to their once vaunted superior capabilities in responding to public health crises. The death rate from the coronavirus in Canada, higher than that of China, crush their illusions and sense of superiority. Now, here I'm of two minds, folks. It's true, Trudeau is a giant baby. He hasn't gone into work in nearly 2 months. And while Canadian hospitals have managed just fine to handle the virus, thank God no hospital has been overrun, there's a very high recovery rate, etc. It's true that Trudeau's federal response has been a laugh.
Yeah.
Especially Theresa Tam, Trudeau's bungling public health officer, who has got literally everything wrong, from her advice not to wear masks, her advice not to close the borders, calling everyone who's worried about the pandemic a racist.
Yeah.
She was wrong on everything, but frankly, she was just parroting the Chinese Communist Party's own talking points, since she works for the WHO directly. So I think there's some truth in this criticism. My main observation is, it's funny that Trudeau gives China literally everything. He rushes to give the bully their lunch money.
Shoes, man.
He sent them 16 tons of face masks, and still they mock him as a giant baby. That's even worse than nickname the little potato, the giant baby.
Now, President Xi doesn't actually like Trudeau. Here is a clip of him sitting next to Xi at the G20. Just watch.
Please look in the direction of the photographer in front of the flag. Dear sitting near Trudeau, please look to the back in the direction of the photographers in front of the flag.
I think he was just distracted. But it's pretty obvious, the handshake. Now, I think what happens here next, Trudeau puts something on the table and Xi kind of looks at it with disgust. Just watch. It's like he was violating his personal space. See what I mean? So, and then another one when he meets with world leaders. Oops. I didn't like how this guy took apart the clip, but I couldn't find anything better or the original. Let's get rid of these captions. So essentially the video is Trudeau will approach a group talking to Trump and try to engage Trump's attention, and essentially they ignore him and disperse. He's breaking down the entire conversation and engagement. Giada and Giada. Yeah. Oh my lord, more advertising. Come on. Trump points to him. You want to talk to this guy? And then walks away. See, Trump is leaving. Oh, I need to get your attention for a second. Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. We could talk about that later. Okay. I would say that Trump's interest is not really piqued by this guy, but anyway. The fact that world leaders, and I mean, I don't care.
Look in the direction of the photographer in front of the flag. Dear sitting near Trudeau.
I don't care how he tries to go about it the wrong way, because everybody, at least any legitimate leader that did a little bit of research into Canada or its political decisions thus far, as far as I know in the world, there's a lot of, Canada used to be a glorious country, a country with international respect, known as peacekeepers, as good, hard-working people. And under Stephen Harper, you might say, that reputation expanded and received international recognition, especially in Europe, where the free trade agreement took place. And that was all thanks to Harper. Trudeau even waited, I think, 8 or some months before he even decided to look at it and actually sign it, and then take all the credit for it. About 10 years of hard work by the Harper government to negotiate that. Or pardon me, 8 years. So what I'm saying is, you look at Trump, you look at Xi, you look at any leaders in the international community, and they see him as a small boy. And that's the truth of it. Just somebody passing through. Nobody really of importance here. I mean, Trudeau, it's not as though Trudeau has no power. It's that he has no legitimacy in the world community. Oh God, not this again. So